type of reaction called a condensation reaction, which is not only important to chemistry, but it's really important to biology as well. So what are functional groups? Functional groups is an atom or a grouping of atoms that imparts characteristic properties to organic compounds. These groups determine all the following properties of a molecule, such as bonding and shape, type and strength of intermolecular forces, physical properties, nomenclature, and chemical reactivity. Here's a chart of all the different types of functional groups, but you don't need to know all of them. So you need to know what an alkene is, and an alkene is a hydrocarbon that has a double bond. Alkynes are hydrocarbons that are triple bonds. An alcohol, which is a hydrocarbon with an OH group at the end. A carboxylic acid, which is a COOH ending at the end of the molecule. And an ester, which has a C double bond OOC in the middle of a molecule, a hydrocarbon molecule. So those five you need to understand. So let's talk a little bit about condensation reactions. Condensation reactions usually involves the removal of water in order to make a bigger molecule, such as a polymer. So right here we have two molecules. They come together because of intermolecular forces. And what happens is the OH on this molecule here, okay, and this is actually a carboxylic acid, and the H on this molecule here, which is actually an alcohol, are going to condense to make water. Okay, so this is our water molecule, and remember the OH came from this molecule, the H came from this molecule, freeing up some space to bond, and we just made an ester. So let's recap that. This is called esterification, which is the condensation of an alcohol and a carboxylic acid. So what we did is we took an alcohol. The R just means that it's just a hydrocarbon chain. Okay, and we mixed it with a carboxylic acid, and it has a C double bond O and an OH bonded to it. Okay, and what happened was the H from the alcohol and the OH from the carboxylic acid combined to make water and an ester. Okay, so again, here's a hydrocarbon chain, this is a hydrocarbon chain, and we removed the H's and an OH to make this bond here. Okay, this is an ester bond. This molecule here is called an ester. So why do we care about esters? Well, esters have very distinctive fruity smells. They're used extensively in industry for fragrance and flavoring. And esterification reactions are important for polymerization, okay, or making polymers. Here's some other condensation reactions. They're not really important to memorize, but just important to understand. So an amide formation from an amine and a carboxylic acid group. This again has to do with biology. So we take a carboxylic group and an amine group, okay, and these form again water to make this polymer here. Protein polymerization, which is really important obviously to our bodies. We need protein for lots of different things. This is how it's done. Again, we take the OH from the carboxylic group and we take an H from an amine group. We combine it to make water, and this is the start of a protein. These guys right here are called a monomer, and the monomer of proteins, not important to understand, but they're called amino acids. Okay? The amino comes from the amine group, acid comes from the carboxylic acid group. So when we link them up, we start to make proteins. That won't be important until next year. Anyhow, hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions.